Imagine that you are in the most important moment in your life, and suddenly an incredible bad event happens to you and turns everything upside down. With this incident, people around you being doubt your future and you being lose that trust. Now you have to make the most important business choice in your life. No matter what you do, risk is too great. Which direction will you choose? What will you do? How will you think? This is what we will talk about now. What is risk? So let's begin to determine what is risk. What is about that? Risk is possibility of facing negative consequences that when we face uncertainty. In other words, risk is the possibility that an outcome of an action or decision will be negatively affected. Risk is too often expressed as the product of a probability of an event and the severity of its outcome. However, the concept of risk can be addressed in different ways. For example, in the financial domain, risk can be considered as the possibility of the negative outcomes when investing or doing business activities, while in the healthcare domain, risk can be considered of a contracting of a disease. Accurate identification of an assessment of risk is very important in the decision-making process because being aware to risk and managing them can help us make more informed and effective decisions. Therefore, risk analysis and risk management are considered an important topics in many fields. Elements of risk. To understand the complexity of risk, it is important to examine its fundamental elements. Risk generally consists of three basic elements: probability, severity, and expected harm. Probability is the first element of risk. Probability indicates how likely a risk is. High probability indicates that an event has high probability of an occurring, while low probability indicates that an event has low probability of an occurring. The second element of the risk is the severity. Severity of the damage or impact that may occur if events occurs. Severity determines how serious and impactful the consequences of an incident may be. High severity possibility may result in greater harm or impact, and low severity may be less harmful and less risk and impact. The third element of risk is expected harm. Given a probability and severity of an event, expected harm helps evaluate how disrupted or harmful a risk might be. These elements can be used as understand the element of risk and help to develop effective risk management strategies. Severity and expected harm of the risk are critical to assessing and managing the complexity of risk. Mathematical perspective of risk. Expressing risk mathematically done with formula. Risk equals probability times severity. This formula expresses important component of risk. Probability is usually between 0 and 1, with 0 indicating that the event will never occur and 1 indicating that the event that will definitely occur. And the side of severity, it refers to how serious or harmful the negative consequences of the risk can be. Violence is often too evaluated through a measurable metric, such as monetary loss, loss of time, or physical harm. This formula is used when we calculating risk. For example, when making an investment, risk is assessed by considering the likelihood that the investment will fail and the potential for this to result in financial losses. The mathematical formula of risk helps in assessing and managing risk accurately. Considering both probability and severity helps us to understand the true extent of the risk and reduce the risk by taking appropriate precautions. In this section, we will discuss the mathematical dimension of risk in more detail and show how to use the formula risk equals probability times severity. Philosophical view of risk-taking. Risk-taking, when examining form of a philosophical perspective, can shed light on the depths of human nature and decision-making processes. Philosophical thought provides an important framework for understanding the nature of risk and the assessing effect on risk-taking on a human behavior. Taking risk can be associated with human freedom and responsibility. Taking risk means expecting one's power and responsibility to determine one's own destiny. An individual who takes risk assumes the consequence that his or her own choices and actions, and this is an expression of human freedom. And the other point is uncertainty and search for meaning. It can express taking risks, coping with uncertainty, and searching for meaning. Uncertainty reflects to limited ability to predict the future and the chaotic nature of life. Don't take risks. That is a way to accept your innocence and cope with uncertainty. It can also express the desire to take the risk, seek the meaning of life, and to gain new experience on the journey of personal growth. And the other perspective is development and growth. Taking risk provides an opportunity for personal growth and development. Encountering risk allows one to push one's limits and develop new abilities. Individuals who take risks learn from their experience and grow personally through these experiences. Taking risks express human freedom, the ability to cope with uncertainty and personal growth. The act of taking risks offers a profound understanding of the depths of human nature, decision-making processes, and the meaning of life. Risk assessments and decision-making. Risk management strategies are methods used to reduce or manage the risk. These strategies include accepting, reducing, transferring, or avoiding risk, aim to minimize effect of risk and minimize potential harm. The risk assessments and decision-making process ensure that risk is accurately understood and managed effectively. This process improves the quality of decision-making process, decision made under uncertainty, and minimize the effects of possible risks. Risk-taking and fear. When evaluating the uncertainties they face, risk-taking is often associated with personal, social, business, or financial decisions, and these decisions are made under uncertainty while considering potential gains or losses. Fear is associated with feelings of uncertainty, danger, or harm and influences people's decision-making. Fear can inhibit or restrict risk-taking, which is associated with potential harm or danger. For example, a person may avoid skydiving due to fear of jumping from heights. There are many factors that include risk-taking decisions. This includes individuals' personal development traits. These include individual personality traits, experience, emotions, social interaction, and cultural factors. Each individual evaluates risk-taking decisions within the framework of their own experiences and values, and these decisions are shaped by their own personal priorities. Risk-taking often requires self-confidence. Self-confidence supports the risk-taking process by allowing a person to trust his own abilities and decisions. Businesses, financial institutions, or individuals try to reduce or control the risk they face by developing risk management strategies. The risk management processes generally includes the stages of identifying, analyzing, evaluating, developing a response, or monitoring the risks. Risk management supports the sustainability and successes of businesses and individuals by reducing potential harm or losses. A good risk management strategies ensures preparedness for unexpected events can help minimize financial or reputational losses. On the other hand, self-confidence plays a huge role for decision-making and risk management processes. Those with strong self-confidence can be more effective in assessing and managing risks. Self-confidence can help a person make better decisions in risk management by having confidence in their own abilities and decisions. Self-confidence, experiences, achievements, and positive feedback it can be improved by improvements. To increase self-confidence in the risk management process, strategies and techniques can be used to help the people trust themselves. Celebrating your successes, developing positive thinking habits, and setting goals can help boost your self-confidence. Risk is part of life, and it's present in every situation we encounter. But understanding, assessing, and managing risks can impact the success and sustainability for individuals and organizations. And remember that not a single healthy person in this world has been able to maintain peace of mind, even on a single issue of the danger that he was aware of. The important thing is not whether you are afraid or not. You will be afraid and you will do it anyway. That is the real courage. No matter what situation arises at the end of the day, being able to calmly analyze what is the most logical thing to do is the real magic wand. In this case, people will be amazed at how you can get out of every situation unscathed. Difficulties are buildings of virtue. It is your will to arrange them one by one.